embedded in it glinted in the sunlight. Every sinew of her body wanted to run after him and smash him on the back of the head, pummel him to death. But she dare not take the risk. If she didn't succeed, she knew he would kill her. But worse still, she knew he would carry out his threat to do to Charlotte what he had just done to her, and that was something Rosie was never going to let happen, ever. Chapter 1. J.L. Thompson and Sons, North Sands, Sunderland. Boxing Day 1942. "Thank goodness you've come." Helen heaved a dramatic sigh of relief. Manoeuvring herself around her desk, she strode across the office and gave Dr. Parker a hug. "I was worried you might be called into theatre on some kind of emergency at the last moment, leaving me to deal with my dear mamma and all her old cronies on my lonesome." Dr. Parker wrapped his arms around Helen, returning her embrace. She smelled of expensive perfume. As always, he had to force himself to let her go. "I wouldn't have missed one of your mother's infamous soirees for all the tea in China," he said, a smile playing on his lips. "Come in and take your coat off." Helen walked over to the tray that had been left on top of one of the filing cabinets. "Talking of tea," she took hold of the ceramic teapot. Dr. Parker hung his jacket up on the coat stand by the door and rubbed his hands. "Yes, please, I'm parched." He watched as Helen poured carefully, adding a touch of milk the way he liked it. "How are you feeling after yesterday?" He scrutinized Helen's face as she turned and handed him his cup. "Still in shock," she admitted, exhaling. "The thing is, John, I'm at a loss as to what to do. I can't forget it, and I'm not the type of person who can just shove it under the carpet." "That's true," he agreed, eyeing her. "I have to know," she said, picking up a pile of papers, shuffling them together and tapping them on the desk. "Otherwise, I'll always be wondering." She paused, papers still in hand. "Either way, even if it is simply a fluke that my mother and Belle look alike... God, if it wasn't for the age gap, I'd say they were twins." She put the papers in the top drawer and slammed it shut. "Either way, I need to know." She walked over to the large windows that divided her office from the open-plan work area that made up the rest of the administration department and yanked the wooden Venetian blinds free, lowering them ready for Monday morning, when everyone would be back from their 3-day Christmas break. As she did so, her gaze was naturally drawn to Belle's desk, which had, as always, been left neat and tidy. "I mean, it's not as if I can ask Belle, can I?" She turned back to look at Dr. Parker drinking his tea. "I can't just casually ask her when she gets in tomorrow, 'Lovely wedding, Belle, wasn't it? Oh, and by the way, I couldn't help but notice that you are the absolute spit of my mother.' You wouldn't know if you're related by any chance, would you?" Dr. Parker allowed himself the slightest of smiles. Helen's dry sense of humour always amused him. He looked across at her. Her sparkling emerald eyes never failed to captivate him. "The thing is, Belle's probably totally unaware of the fact that she has a doppelganger. She didn't seem particularly shocked when she was introduced to your mother at the wedding yesterday." Helen took a sip of her tea and put the cup and saucer back on the tray. "That's true, but then again, that could be because she is well aware." Helen was quiet for a moment. "Really, John, when Belle was introduced to my mum at the Grand, it must have been like looking into a mirror that shows you an image of your future self." Still feeling the need to play devil's advocate, Dr. Parker argued. "Belle was run ragged yesterday organising Polly and Tommy's wedding. She probably barely even registered Miriam." "Possibly," Helen said. She put her hands on her hips and stared down at her desk, lost in thought. "It could also be that she didn't react to seeing my mother because—" She looked up at Dr. Parker with wide eyes. "She knows that they are kin."